Hey everyone, welcome back to Bird Talk with Terrence Mathis. I'm William Brandon. Please make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel Atlanta Sports Unlimited and turn on those notifications so you don't miss an episode. This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks, the simplest sports fantasy game on the market. And get this, pick from multiple sports, football, baseball, and sign up using the code ASU, and Prize Picks will 100% match your initial offer up to $100. Download the app for free at the Google Play Store or the App Store. Well, the Falcons bounced back after two straight losses by defeating the Chicago Bears 27-24 in another close game in that Mercedes-Benz Stadium, spoiling a Justin Fields homecoming.
Right.
How'd you feel about the game on Sunday?
I watched the game, from opening kickoff till when it was over, when it was zeros, and you beat a team that you were supposed to beat, and it wasn't pretty at times whatsoever. I still think offensively we're not effective. We've been inefficient offensively. I thought defense did a great job in this game, which contained Justin Fields a little bit. I didn't, here's the thing, and I said it fun. I said it so crazy to my wife. I said, "Hey, the Chicago Bears South beat the Chicago Bears North." But here's the thing. I'm watching that game, and I'm gonna tell you this: if the Chicago Bears don't get things fixed offensively, Justin Fields won't play more than 4 seasons in the NFL because he's a quarterback. He's not a running back. And the way that offense was was running and how the plays were called, it played right into our hands. Look, if you ain't gonna throw the ball deep, you ain't gonna throw the ball often. You want to try to run the ball. Our run defense is really stout.
Yeah.
Our pass defense is last in the league, but we're in the top 10 in run defense. So you play right into the Falcons' hands. And I thought the Falcons did a good job of containing him and not really giving up really big plays. Offensively, I thought we just was stagnant at some times. Could have been better.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yep.
I
And what do you think that is? Because it seems like they come out every game firing, or at least every home game, they come out firing right off, go down there and get seven, and then next thing you know, the next drives just start going to this.
well, I think here's what I think, and it may not be true, but this is what I think. I think coordinators have a set of plays they want to run,
Mm-hmm.
maybe 10 or 15 plays on their call sheet that they want to run in that first series, and they've rehearsed it, and even if it doesn't work out on the play, you can still go back to a play or move down on that script
Yeah.
uh, to make the drive continue. And I think that's what happens. I believe that's what happens some of the times that you have a script, there's a plays you want to run, all these things, and you can call them right off the bat. Bam, 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 touchdown. But you then after that, you don't prepare yourself, it seems like, for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Now you're just calling plays. And and that's what's getting us in trouble. At this we're winning. Look, a win is a win. We win in football games. We're game out of 500. We're still in that playoff run whatsoever. But it come next month, it has to get better because the teams we play are a little bit better. And the thing is that I get it. We want to pound, play it close, and let cool win the game for us. That don't always work out that way. Sometimes you're gonna just have to go, 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 go. And I think I told you a story before when I was with the Steelers and we were like 2-4 at the time, and uh, Bill Cowher called me into his office
Mm-hmm.
and he says, you're a new guy here, you're an outsider looking in. What do you think? What is going on? I said, Coach, here's the thing. We had Jerome Bettis, we have all these good running backs whatsoever, and Pittsburgh Steelers was built on running the ball, pounding the ball, pounding the ball, pounding the ball. I said, Coach, what happens is we do those things and get up, and then we take our foot off the gas. And then we let a team get back in it, and then we're fighting for our lives to win the game. we got to keep putting our foot on the gas and
Yeah.
go. I think we won like 10 in a row after that, or I think it was like 8 or 9 in a row after that, because
Wow.
we had Plexico Burrs, Hines Ward, Jerome Bettis, and Antoine Randall. And I says, we got all these weapons, but we're not using them. And we started using them, and before you know it, we won a division, won the first round of playoffs, lost in overtime to Tennessee in the second round. So the running game is solid. We know that. It's
Yeah.
solid. But you have too many weapons on the outside not to be able to uh, exploit them against, I think, not too good secondaries that are just average
Yeah.
that they see every week.
Yeah, Mariota, he played a lot better this game compared to the previous week where everyone was calling for his job. So he
Right.
responded well. Um, when the Falcons had a couple of fumbles there, I was like, oh, goodness, here we go again. But luckily, Cordero Patterson broke NFL record and ran one
Yeah,
back, you know.
yeah, yeah. Well, that's the game winner right there.
Yeah.
That kickoff return is the game winner. I mean, if you can say Cool's field goal was the game winner, no. You take that kickoff return back, he doesn't score there, we lose.
I agree.
We lose. So that was the play of the game, that kickoff return, because up until then, we weren't doing anything offensively. And then after that, we weren't doing anything offensively. So if it wasn't for the touchdown and the cool field goal, we lose the game. But people are going to say, well, but we won. But it happens like that. I've been
Mhm.
saying this for the last couple of years. There's one or two plays in the game that determines the outcome of the game, win or lose. The one play was the kickoff return. That's the way the game is. You can play 70 plays in the game, and it's only 2 or 3 that's going to win you the football game.
Yeah, the air was let out in that building after that second fumble by Cordero Patterson. But when he
Yeah,
got the kickoff and ran it back,
right,
I mean, it was pandemonium.
right.
Everybody was back happy, like, okay, we can win this. We're going to win it.
Yeah,
That type
yeah.
of. And then, of course, they went to a halftime tied, and they took the lead after half. And it reminds me of what you were saying about them taking the foot off the gas, because we were texting then. They were up 7, and they had an
Mhm.
opportunity then to go punch it down, and they just can't. It seems like they're playing not to win, just playing, or excuse me, playing not to
Well,
lose the game.
well, I think what happens is that you have we have found the identity of the coordinator and the
Mhm.
head coach, what they want to be and how they want to play. And by the way the plays, how you scheme the game offensively. So what happens is that subconsciously you're predetermined that, okay, once we go up, we're gonna shut it down. That's what we do. That's who we are. That's what the players do. So they're not, I feel they're not playing as hard as they did on that first drive, or playing with a sense of urgency as they did before, because it's like, okay, instead of going, I gotta hold my breath, gotta keep holding my breath until the thing is over with, sense of urgency, sense of urgency. And I think that, this is a solid football team. I'm not saying it's a great football team.
Mhm.
It's a good football team. Can it be a better football team? Yes, it can be. But we cannot continue to play at the level of our opponents.
Yeah.
We did that 3 straight weeks. We got away with one, but we did it 3 straight weeks. We played to the level of Carolina, we lost. We played to the level of the Chargers, we lost. Now, we're coming into this week against an opponent that's won 4 or 5 in a row.
Yeah.
And when you look at the beginning of the season, I counted this game as a win.
No,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, they've won 4 out of the last 5, and you're dead right. We said that at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
This Washington game would be a W. Now they're 6-5.
Yes.
They're sitting right below the wild card margin. I think 8 or
Hmm.
9. They're right there.
Right.
Their division, they don't have a loser in that division.
In
So
a division. Right.
they beat the Eagles, who were undefeated.
Right.
They beat the Vikings. The Falcons are going to have a tough matchup, and it's up there in Washington.
Yeah. It's gonna
And
be cold. It's gonna
exactly,
be
and
cold.
all of our wins, well, not all of our wins, but we're 4-2 at home. Majority of the Falcons' wins have come at home, so
Right.
they haven't been playing too well on the road. Hopefully, now's the time. They've got to turn around, like you said. December's right around the corner.
Well, here's the thing, and I just talked about the weather and how it's going to be cold, but this Falcon team is built for that because of the way we run the football.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to put the ball in the air, so we're going to be physical and we're going to pound you, pound you, pound you. Um, but here on the road against a team like the Washington Commanders, is that when we get in the red zone, it has to be touchdowns,
Mm-hmm.
not field goals, because this is a team that it has a pretty good defense, and they're getting their rookie of the year defensive end back this Sunday. That don't bode well for us. But at the end of the day, they rallied around Hinkie, their quarterback. He's playing well, and he's playing with some fire, with some energy, and they're rallying around him. And Ron Rivera got these guys believing. So we can't go to DC with any doubts. We can't go to DC with a negative thought or what ifs. We got to go in there again, like we have been, uh, with the attitude we're going to win this game.
Mm-hmm.
But on top of that, play the whole 4 quarters like you're not going to win the game. Play like it's a playoff game. I said this 3 weeks ago. Every game is a playoff game from here on out. You can't afford to drop one right now. So you can't afford to go in there and play fast and then let your foot off the gas. You can't afford to do that right now because you're chasing, believe it or not, the Buccaneers and the Washington Commanders. You're
Mm-hmm.
chasing them for a playoff spot. So at the end of the day, you beat them, you're a game up on them. So right now, uh, yeah, Arthur Smith, when I said this, be who you're gonna be. But if you're gonna be what you're gonna be, better win games. I said that. I said that. So right now he's teetering there, right there at the 500 mark with the last game, and coming up here in November. Uh, I don't know, man. They have a chance, but I don't. I'm watching the game, and uh, I'm not getting you know, emotional, high or low, and I'm just watching it.
Yeah.
I'm knowing they're gonna win the football game. I'm watching it because I knew we were gonna talk about it today.
Mm-hmm.
So, at the end of the day, you can, me watching a game and watching my home team play, and they're not playing at the level of what I see uh, in other divisions and with
Yeah.
other top-notch teams frustrates me
Yeah.
because of the fact that when we do get in the playoffs and we have to play Cowboys or the Eagles or someone like that, um, the Vikings or somebody like that, it scares me because we're not playing with the same. How can I say it? The same talent level of those type teams. I'm not saying we're not just as talented. When I say the same talent level, doing things outside of what you can do.
Yeah.
It seems like this team is just doing enough. Nobody wants to step outside those boundaries to be great. Everybody wants just to do enough. This was just enough. Okay, I caught it just enough. Or I got this tackle and it's but I could strip that's just enough.
Mm.
We're just doing just enough. And just enough is not going to win you championships.
When you said that about the tackling, though, that just brings up nightmares. I get tired of seeing so many times we get to the quarterback or we're getting on the tackler and we're just doing these one arm tackles.
Right.
And
Because
then it's
because we're saying I'm there.
mm-hmm.
I'm where I'm supposed to be, but you're not finishing. You're running so hard to get there, but you're not finishing.
Mm-hmm.
And you gotta finish because you're gonna face some people that will finish. You got San Francisco starting to play better.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have to. Oh my God, you have to do more. You can't just do your job. Do your job. Yeah, my job is to run around, catch balls. Yeah, I can do that. Do more than that. Run around, catch the ball, break a tackle, go score. That's not expected of you right there. That's
Yeah.
part of it, but it's not really expected of you. You know, as a quarterback, oh, let me step up in the pocket and release this ball, and okay, I'm gonna get hit in the chest, but I'm gonna still let it go because guy's open. I'm not gonna duck it and say, oh, I'm gonna save a hit or save a possible. Make a play. Make a play. You get there for the quarterback, get your hips up under you and tackle the quarterback. Stop lunging. Tackle the quarterback. And do more than you're doing your job. But let's take it a little further. Let's
Yeah.
take it a little further and do more.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, and I think CP did on that return, but we got to have more explosiveness like that. That was the first return that the Falcons had in, I
12
don't,
years.
yeah, I was about to say it's been more than 10 years
Yeah,
that we've had a
12 years.
kickoff return. So,
And here's the thing. Speaking of that, when you just said that, it seems to me offensively, they say, well, just gonna wait and see what CP gonna do. CP's our guy, so we're gonna wait for him to make a big play. I don't want to do it because I don't want all that. I don't want all that smoke. Let CP get all the smoke. I don't want that. I may fumble. I may drop the ball. Let's give it to CP. He's gonna make a play.
mm-hmm.
And remember, I said that when he was hurt, and I said the thing I worry about is when he comes back. Does this offense gravitates towards him more than being just a team?
Yeah.
And what have we seen? If CP is not making plays, running people over, scoring touchdowns, going kickoff, where's this football team? Now that's your superstar. Now that superstar got to make everybody better. Does he make everybody better? I think he does. When he's on the field, he makes everybody better. You know, we, you know, this is a guy that requires attention on the field wherever he is. You can put him. You can have Algier in the backfield and put CP out wide because now the coverage they're gonna back off a little bit. Coverage. Now you can run the ball. You can put CP and Algier in the backfield, motion CP out. Watch them linebackers move and run the ball. You can leave him in it and run the ball with both of them in the backfield. You can put him out wide and throw slants and hitches to him and watch him break tackles and score. But seeing 15 to 20 plays of him a game, right now, that's a good thing. But we're gonna have to see more towards towards late December. We're gonna have to see more of him. So I hope he's in shape and gearing up because right now we're gonna have to ride his tail until everybody says, I want to be that dude also.
And speaking of that dudes, we lost one of those guys, Kyle Pitts,
Yeah.
possibly gone for the year with a possible MCL tear. He was the leading receiver or tight end, therefore. And I mean, Drake London had a touchdown, but that was his only catch.
Yeah.
Then I
I'm
think
not
Bird
gonna
had
even
a catch, and then Zaki was that's just
you know what? I get we can talk this talk every week. We can talk this talk every week. And when he got hit, I knew he was hurt. I knew it was some kind of tear.
Mhm.
It just looked bad, man. And I just hate it for the young man. You know, 4 weeks, maybe 5 weeks, he'll be back. He'll be back. He'll
So
get
you're
that thing
telling me
out.
we make the playoffs, we might
Yeah,
can have him back.
he can be back. Here's a stat that I've seen thrown around for the last 3-4 weeks or so, talking about Drake London's targets.
Mhm.
How many? And he has no drops. Hell, if you throw me the ball 1-2 times a game, I'm gonna catch them all too. I mean, and it's good for him because when they do throw him the ball, he make plays.
Mhm.
Imagine if you give him 8 to 10 targets in a game, where he would be right now. Oh my goodness, where would he be if he had 10 to 12 targets? It's amazing. We haven't even seen the best of this kid yet because he hasn't even got a chance to grow up in the NFL because we still giving him Similac. We ain't giving him real milk. We're not giving him real milk yet. So let him grow up. Give him milk and let him grow up. Throw him the football. Give him some touches, and let's see what he really is. That's my take on that.
Well, I hope that the Falcons D can continue to tee it up, because that's one thing I will say, they hit Justin Fields a lot on
Yes.
Sunday, and Heineke cannot move like Justin Fields.
No.
So I hope they have that same aggression
Right.
on him.
Right. The
Try to
difference between Justin Fields and Heineke is this: is when Heineke moves out the pocket, his eyes stay down the field, and he's trying to make a play.
Mhm.
Justin Fields, once he get out of the pocket, he's trying to run the football. So the thing is that you got once you flush this kid out the pocket, you better continue to coverage,
Mhm.
continue to cover because he's going to try to make a play. So the thing is, let's keep him in the pocket and not let him get out the pocket. Just it's one of those things that you hear a lot um, from coordinators and defensive line coaches is when you rush a guy like this, make sure you don't go past him on the rush. Because if you go past him, he's gonna step up, move to the side, and make a play. If he's gonna move out of the pocket now, let's make him go backwards and around, and now we have a chance. So don't go by him. Once you
Yeah.
feel yourself going by him, stop and be in his way because he's not a big tall quarterback, so just be in his way and be in his vision. Get your hands up, and you'll see his completion rate go down if you do that. Quarterbacks don't like hands and bodies around them at
Mhm.
all, especially waving at them because they worry about that hand getting hit, getting a thumb, getting an elbow. So they pull that thing down, or they do that. So that's how we stop him. That's how we stop him.
Well, yeah, they're going to have to stay on it and contain that run game. I know, like you said, our run defense is pretty stout because they do have a good set of runners in the backfield.
Right.
The rookie Robinson and Gibson as well. So,
Well, the unit that's going to win this football game is the offensive line.
mhm.
It's on them because this is a pretty good defense, a pretty good front four, and they're going to
Very
get
good.
after.
Yes,
They're
yes.
going to get after you. Now, you better put on your big boy pants and go get them. You got to hit them in the mouth and got to keep hitting them in the mouth and discourage them. If they feel any sign of weakness, they're going to keep coming. They're going to keep coming. So that unit right there, this is one of those. Come on, man. You got to step up. You got to put on your bigger shoulder pads, whatever you got to do, put more air in your helmet, whatever you got to do, put more padding on your hands for when you're punching them to make sure they stay off, get a little lighter so you can move your feet faster, whatever it takes to stop them from getting to your quarterback and beating you at the line of scrimmage, get it done this week. So, in other words, don't eat too much on Thanksgiving.
That's for sure, because they definitely have opportunity to turn the tide again. I don't want to jump ahead, but they got these two games, and then they can get some rest. They got a bye week coming up shortly,
Right.
so hopefully we can get through these next 2 weeks with some dubs and minimal
Yeah.
injuries.
Yeah. But everybody's playing better right now. And we just steady flow. We just steady flow, steady flow, steady flow.
Yeah, I didn't even know Tampa had a bye week. I was looking at the
Yeah,
schedule of
yeah,
Sunday, like, did they win?
yeah,
Did they lose? I was like,
yeah,
oh, they didn't even play.
yeah. They didn't even play.
And the Saints won, so they're right. They're still hanging in there.
No, we got to separate ourselves from these teams,
Mhm.
and but we got to beat the teams that we're close to.
Yeah.
We got to separate from them. Washington is one of those teams, and then coming down later down the road, there's Arizona. We got to separate ourselves from some of these teams. We got the Saints again. We got to separate ourselves.
Yeah, Washington, is 8 seed and we're 9. So yeah, like you said, we're right behind them.
Right.
Beat Seattle. So if we end up with the same record as them, then we'll hop them.
Yep.
So at one point in time, it was, in which I still agree, the division is the most important thing. Like you said, win the
Right.
division, that
Right.
secures the playoff.
Right.
But now they even still have a chance at even the wild card if they continue on this trajectory of winning.
Right. Right. Well, but you got that West. Like you talking about the NFC East. That
They don't have a loser in that
oh
division.
my goodness. You got Seattle, San Francisco, and it's. I mean, you're fighting against those two divisions. Got to get in the wild card spot. So the best thing to do is to win a division and not worry about it. That's what you have to do. You can't go into that last week having the chance to win a division, but hoping somebody else lose.
Correct. Yeah.
You can't do that. So let's just win on out and win a division, and we sit there and see who we're gonna play first.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
What you got for us in the show today?
Um. Here's it's been, we're about to go into the election again, the runoffs with Walker and Warnock, and there's still a divide. Hey, we want, hey, this person is, this person that person is, this. I'm getting tired of it because of the fact that I'm tired of hearing if this person gets elected, this is gonna happen. If this person gets elected, this is gonna happen. Why are you worrying about what's happening in somebody else's house? Fix your own house first. Make sure your house is in order. Because for me and my household, we're gonna trust on the Lord. So no matter who's the president, the secretary of state, the vice president, the governor, the senator, whatever, it don't matter to us. Because we're gonna serve the Lord, and we know that from us tithing and giving and praying and fasting, there's a treasure in heaven, our own personal treasure chest in heaven for us 4 times when we need it. So I can get on my knees and says, Lord, I need you. No matter what everybody else is doing, I need you. This is me, your son. I need you. And if you come to him humbly, needing him and asking him, he will supply your needs. Not out of, Lord, I give up this if you give me that. Oh, no, 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 no. You going to bargain with God? Come on, man. Can't do that. Humbly give yourself to God. Sometimes you just got to go in a room, shut the door, and just get on your knees and start asking for forgiveness and repentance and saying, Lord, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And I guarantee you, you'll have this cleansingness of tears coming out of your eyes, and you'll feel your spirit getting light and all these things, your soul being free. And then you walk out refreshed, and then you're a different creature. And when he sees that, he will supply all your needs. I'm going to leave you with this. And this is something personal, but it's okay because when I public speak, I say the same thing. This is something personal. I remember a time where I wasn't living right. I'm not sitting up here and saying I'm perfect because I never was perfect. There's only one perfect man who walked this earth, and that's Jesus Christ. I've made plenty of mistakes in my life, but I'm still here. I'm still here. So here, I remember I wasn't living right, and I remember one day, there was a period where I was just living in a house. I couldn't see nobody because I had scales in my eyes. So I was just doing my thing, whatsoever. And I remember the day, like it was yesterday. My wife sat on the couch and she looked at me with tears in her eyes. She said to me, I love you so much. But if you don't stop, I'm afraid your soul is going to go to hell. That scared the mess out of me. And she says, I'm going to pray for your soul. I said, I'm going to pray for your soul. At that moment, I'm with tears in my eyes. And for the first time, I'm seeing my wife, the glow, the beauty in her, the woman of God she is. I'm looking at my children and little angels walking around. And I says, I got to do better. I got to be better for them because God put me the head of this household to take care of them. And boy, it's been like heaven on earth in this house, baby, ever since. Ever since. You see us together. You see how we are.
Yeah.
It's God. It's God, man. So look, take care of your home, and then everything else around you will be blessed. There you go.
Well, thank you, T.
Yeah, man.
Thank you as always. Falcons pull off this win Sunday. Everybody, I hope y'all have a happy holiday and just be thankful that we're alive and you have those family and loved ones around you.
Yes. Amen.